Usually when people have hallucinations, they come in the form of auditory, hearing hallucinations, and visual. And then there's tactile hallucinations, like the feeling that something is touching you, but it's not there. And then there's olfactory hallucinations, smelling things that aren't there. I have smell hallucinations, and they're usually based on trauma. One of the most traumatic events of my life involved fire. I hallucinate the smell of smoke. So I was a housekeeper for a drug dealer for 2 years. That's a really hard job. This is actually a really excellent hotel room as far as cheap hotel rooms go. Very clean for a $70 room, actually. For the last hour or so, I have been smelling crystal meth. At first I thought, well, maybe one of the previous occupants left a bubble, a pipe, or didn't get cleaned up by housekeeping. And there's totally no such thing. And it isn't the type of drug smell where it's sort of, oh, that's lingering in the air. It's distinctly the smell of, it's this sort of concentrated smell, not a sort of aura of someone having used a drug. It's a very intense, concentrated smell that there is some, collection of it in this part of the room, but there's literally nothing here. And interesting that I have also been doing a lot of processing about my abusive drug dealer girlfriend who destroyed my life and robbed me and exploited me. I became addicted in part due to my own foolishness, and she also is very skilled at getting people addicted. I have smell hallucinations. Of all the senses, it is the one most tied to memory, and I find that to be really interesting because when I am processing a certain trauma really heavily, I will sometimes smell something. I will hallucinate a smell that my brain heavily associates with that type of trauma. Actually, my second really big layer of PTSD was in my very late teens. There was a fire, bad things going on, but I have not gotten this far with working through the drug dealer's abused girlfriend and housekeeper trauma, Seattle mob wife trauma, and now I get fucking smelling meth, and it's literally there's no fucking meth here. It's a cheap hotel room, but if the housekeeping had done such a poor job that they had left, that there was still paraphernalia here or something, I would have smelled it when I came in, but I smelled nothing. It smelled perfectly fine. And then after being here for a few hours, and the window is closed, so it's not like I'm smelling it from, out in the parking lot. I'm smelling it now. So olfactory hallucinations are so disorienting.